Hello, welcome back to another Soulstone Survivors video, an Onkruid video, and an unedited video. As I suspected, or as I discussed the last time around, we're going to be playing the paladin this time. Let's add the slam, the swing, and the blast. Slam, swing, blast. That's all the abilities we are going to go for. As you know, we completed all the maps the last time around, so now we're gonna start cycling through them, completing the curses. It remains to be seen whether I will go horizontally on each and every map or act vertically and complete 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5, 5, 6, 6, 6, 6, you know. So I'm gonna just start off like this, all 4 quests at once. We're not a pussy boy. And I believe you need to have all 4 quests, all four core curses active and win like that to actually unlock the next level of curses, which goes up to 6 or 7. I already failed to remember it, and I'm failing to speak as well. So I need to get my shit together because this is of course unedited, so I can't cut out my flips. What was that? That little explosion right there? I did see it. I didn't fail to notice it. That's probably one of the curses, right? Purple meteors just flying around. Maybe I should have looked at what the curses actually does, but I wanted to what the curses actually do, but I wanted to be a surprise. I want to be as surprised as you guys. I still haven't played anything off camera so far in the early access, so every little first impression, every little reaction you get from me is very authentic and still real. I guess we're heroic strike. You have to take heroic strike on a paladin, right? It seems like this first ability right here, Blades of Light, is kind of a double slash like the upgraded barbarian had, but then with a bit more range, so a bit more in front of us. This is a banish material, epic multicast. Don't mind if I do. We always like to multicast melee abilities, and I think I might really go heavy on multicast and also of course attack speed, but multicast for the heroic strike is probably going to be a lord one-shotter if we can land it correctly. I love to get some magnetic upgrades at the start, of course. That compound interest is really stacking up nicely. Bit of an economy turn in there. One of the fields that I am least interested in, economy. It doesn't bother me at all. I don't care about it. Ground slam. Sure. We're going for a melee physical build. Ground slam is okay with that. And the swing, the area of effect for the swing, everything's coming together nicely. I do feel like there are maybe more enemies, or maybe I'm just killing them slower and that's why there are more spawning. I don't know, but some things seem to have changed at least. Another swing, I think it's a swing, right? Yeah, absolutely. So we're focusing on swing. Look at how big the area is already. Damn. This build is coming together nicely. Seems to be pretty efficient. So yeah, this new curse of the purple meteors of course applies a lot more dodging to your game plan. You need to maybe use your dashes for now. We don't need movement speed still though. I am convinced that my dash abilities are gonna be enough. Let's go for brutal strikes. We love to apply some bleed over here. That's for sure. Unless... No, I'm not gonna finish that sentence. That's not gonna be very child friendly what I was gonna say right there. Arcane power, arcane overload, shockwave, 3 new skills. I'm overwhelmed. Spin your weapon around you. It is a swing. Empower you and all your nearby allies, increasing their multicast modifier by 50%. That's nothing to sneeze at all. And then shockwave, hit the ground causing a shockwave in a line causing damage, applying hemorrhage. Cool skills. For now, I'm gonna keep it to the basics. We are just a smacking paladin. We are just smacking around everything, and that's everything we're gonna do. We don't dabble into the arcane magi's books. We don't look into botanical things. We don't look into fucking archaeology. We don't look into alchemy. No, we just swing our hammer. Hammer go brrr. Although I think, is it a hammer? Yeah, it does look like a hammer, right? I think we're fighting with a hammer, and they often give a paladin a hammer in these kind of games. These kinds of games. Games. We all love playing games around here. Of course, I've played Demolish. Hit the ground in front of you. That just fits right in with our build. Everybody standing in front of us is gonna have a rough time. Oh, our heroic strike got popped just 1 second ago, so we're not gonna use it on the Lord maybe. It's almost back up. That deals so much damage. Oh, baby. Give me that multicast. We are making quick work of this curse run. Doesn't seem to be too hard so far. I have no idea what happened over there. I guess that was the Demolish. Looked very cool. I have been playing less games lately though, just because of other things going on in my life. A whole lot of other responsibilities. That's the word I was looking for. Started to work. Still have some social contacts. Still have all those things to keep in mind. I can't just play video games forever, even though I would love to sometimes. And then when I have the time to play, I of course have to make the decision like, do I want to record, which is most of the time a solo endeavor, unless when I'm playing Risk of Rain 2 with my buddy Krogrin, or do I want to play together with my friends to kind of wind down from the day a bit. Because recording in some way, shape or form is still like a task. You can even see it as a second job I'm working at the moment, but I'm not putting in Shockwave Totem, cool. I'm not putting in enough hours to actually warrant it as like calling it a second job. It's more like a hobby, but it is a passion project that is taking up a bunch of my free time, and I love it. I wouldn't spend it any other way. I can't get enough of this YouTube journey, and thus the climb has been steadily going on. My buddy Krogren notified me today of like, hey man, I see the views on your channel, it's consistently in the double digits for every single video, and our first part of the Risk of Rain 2 series got over 100 views, so it was triple digits, and that's also very nice. Which kind of ties into my theory that I have been defending for a while, that first episodes of new series kind of always pop off at YouTube. I think the algorithm somehow knows it, but it might also be that it is because in the first title of a new endeavor, you almost always fill in some buzzwords that really apply to the search engine. You're doing your own SEO, search engine optimization, without even realizing it. You're like, first run, first look at, first impressions, cool new game, and those are all of course things that get searched up quite a lot. A lot of people are looking for cool new games all the time. I feel like there is, well, is there more diversity in the gaming market now, or was there more diversity earlier? It's actually a great question on which I don't really know the answer, but it is an interesting topic to philosophicate about for a second, huh? Philosophicating? We all know about that. How do you actually say it? I am philosophy. I am philosophizing. I am in Dutch it's ik filosofie. Ik filosofis. Am I having a stroke? I'm gonna have to check my brain after this episode. Either way, it's a nice subject to think about and to ramble on about. Is there more variety in the video game world now than earlier? I feel like this genre that I'm playing right here is a perfect example of variety kind of diminishing. People saw the success story of Vampire Survivors and they just created a whole bunch of games exactly like this. The genre has really been popping off lately. And it's the same for like first-person shooters, for example. Call of Duty has released the same game for the past 15 years. FIFA, not a first-person shooter I presume, but has also released the same game for just 20 years in a row. That's not that much variety-inducing. And then some of the free-to-play shooters that come out are just kind of Call of Duty, or other versions of Call of Duty games. Shatterline, for example, is quite a cool first-person shooter, but in the end, it doesn't add that many new mechanics. It just boils down to kind of this melting pot of Call of Duty, Apex Legends, Overwatch, things like that. And I think it's harder to create some daring new concepts. Vampire Survivors, of course, did it. But I think it's very hard to kind of come up with something new that can actually increase the variety in the gaming market. There's also, of course, it's the same when Minecraft first got its major success. Minecraft clones would be popping up, especially in the mobile gaming scene, every single day. Hundreds of games that copied Minecraft would be popping up. And it's the same, it happens all the time. It happens all the single time. It's the same when these random games like the coin game and stuff were popping off. Just like really surreal experiences where the game is not actually about what the game is advertising itself to be about at all. That's also a genre that popped up a while ago, and then you all of a sudden see 20 of those games appear in the Steam marketplace every single day. And when you want to play all of them to showcase on your channel, you need to have 26-hour days, of course, and not have like any other responsibilities or relationships. But I mean, there's still some nice variety in the gaming market right here. You know, I feel like, especially in the games I'm playing, there's still a nice variety in there. And then I'm not necessarily talking about the games I'm playing on my channel, because I have played a lot of these arena survival roguelite games lately, but in my free time as well. There's a lot of Rocket League in there, which is a sports game, a very competitive sports game. There's still some League of Legends and Heroes of the Storm in there, some MOBAs, Massive Online Battle Arena. Is it? Or is it multiplayer online battle arena? Not sure. Either way, that's still a genre I dabble into. I boot up the old RuneScape sometimes. I play Crosscode, so there's some RPGs in there. Really, I'm just going into every single genre and kind of eating my cake, or getting a slice of cake to complete the nice pie in front of me. And I'm filling it in with all different kinds of colors, like I'm playing Trivial Pursuit, you know. Have something from every category. I even enjoy Sporkle sometimes, which I don't know if it's really a game or more like a learning or quizzing app, but still, just a whole bunch of different things appeal to my fancy. And another thing that appeals to my fancy is this build right here. We are really just demolishing this first run with the curses. Doesn't seem to be too difficult so far, but I'm not gonna toot my horn too fast, because the increased difficulties later on after this might be just like a game changer, might be completely different. And of course, it doesn't seem to be too difficult, I can say all of that, but what is happening is we are definitely slower than we were earlier. Even though we still are covering the entire screen with our abilities like we were when we were doing speedrunning attempts, by now it's 8:30 and we're still at Lord 3. Normally I would have finished my run by now already most of the time, so it's definitely, the enemies are definitely more tanky. They can take a beating, they can take a little punch. Can I take a little punch? I don't think so. I'm a sensitive, petite little boy. I'm definitely a sensitive human being, I think. I think I'm in touch with my emotions a bit as well. I cry a lot most of the time, especially when emotional movies or things in series happen. I watch all these, you know, the YouTube algorithm really has me by the balls. That's how I want to start off this little bit. The YouTube algorithm really knows how to serve me on a silver platter to keep me hooked on the screen for 20 consecutive hours. And for now, it's like small clips from the series Suits. And it's always these emotional clips, like Harvey tells Donna that she knows he loves her, or Mike tells Rachel that he is a fraud, or Rachel breaks up with Mike because blah blah blah. You know, it's always the most emotional moments, and I'm just like, interesting. I've seen this video 3 times already, but I'll still click it. I'll still watch it, don't worry about that. And that's why I'm saying that the YouTube algorithm really just knows what to serve me to keep me hooked, to keep me entertained. Some Roman emperor could ask me, are you not entertained? Or I mean a Roman gladiator, and I would answer, yes, yes I am. Small little Russell Crowe gladiator reference right there. A movie from, I believe, the start of the 2000s, right? I want to say like 2000 or 2001, but I could be completely missing my shot right there. But you miss every shot you don't take, so I'm just gonna try to ramble on and pretend like I am knowledgeable about the release dates of movies. It's a movie that I watched, I think, multiple times earlier when I was still quite a little child, and this is not going to be a story about like, yeah, and it had such an impact on me, I had nightmares and stuff like that. No, it wasn't that memorable of an experience at all, if I do recall correctly, which is kind of a bit of circular reasoning, if you will. Either way though, I feel like I quite enjoyed it. I still remember the scene of the battle between the barbarians and then the Romans, I presume. I remember the scene of people running through a field or walking slowly through a field, although I might be confusing scenes from 300 with scenes from Gladiator. Either way, I think it was quite an enjoyable movie for me. And I know it took the world by storm for a while. I know it was like a very unique experience back then to see such a well-designed movie and stuff like that. I have no idea who directed it or anything either. But yeah, I should watch it again sometimes, you know. I should get into the old classics a bit more, both in movies and other forms of media, in books as well. I'm reading The Great Gatsby though. I've already read Moby Dick, but there's still so many more things out there. To Kill a Mockingbird is one that is definitely still on my agenda, and of course Viktor Frankl's book, Man's Search for Meaning, is still here in the bookcase after buying it in Paris an entire year ago. I still haven't read it. Complete a match in less than 12 minutes with the paladin, that's for sure. And we did complete a match also with the 4 curses. For now, I'm still just gonna escape. I'm not gonna go deeper. I want to first of all clear out these curses, and then we will go into the endless mode a bit. What did we unlock now by doing that? Win a match with all curses up on the Scorching Valley. Unlock a new skill, the Brûler the Chakram. Cool. Absolutely cool. And now I presume the next time I start up the first map, I get new curses. I can go up to 5, and the curse that is added is Clone Army. The number of elite enemies that spawn simultaneously by 1, their health, and all those things. Sure, sure. It's, oh, look at this, look at this. All right, oh man, there's so much still to do in this game, and I am absolutely loving it. Para-pa-pa-pa. Thanks a lot for watching. See you in the next one. Hope I didn't give you McDonald's cravings just right now, but I can be held accountable. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Get a Big Mac. Get a Big Mac, those are really tasty. Bye-bye.